Typically, I like to support local business owners, but today I'm at Floor and Decor because one, I've got a budget of $30,000 for a renovation project that the entire project, it has to be under $30,000, including the landscape. So tight budget means we gotta go to Floor and Decor and we gotta make it pop, make it look good without spending a ton of money. I like to call this balling on a budget, so let's go, follow me and let's ball on a budget. So if I'm balling on a budget, I like to come down to the larger form tiles because that means that it's gonna be easier for the guys to install. So I like anything that's 12 by 24 is somewhere where I wanna put for a floor tile. I think I've already chosen the one that I'm gonna use, and so you gotta see it. So typically I like to choose something that's very neutral for the floors. This is a 12 by 24. It's got like an industrial look, so I could go any way with that. I could go modern farmhouse, I could go industrial. It's just like a concrete look, and the best part about it is it's only $1.79. And that's probably gonna be where I'm gonna spend majority of the budget is on the floors. So this tile right here, I absolutely love it. I mean, I really do love it. I love it probably because I don't usually see it, but that's also another reason why I wouldn't use this in a flip, because you wanna appeal to the mass people. And if this is something that's a newer, something that's like people don't see all the time, they might take a particular buyer, which you want to widen your buyer pool. So I think I might save this for a rainy day, or maybe this will become very popular, but I just love it. I also love the fact that this is matte. This is like a shinier look. This one doesn't bother me as much, but like here, this is super shiny. To me, I think this like look is a very cheap look, and I see it, I don't know, I just don't think it looks high end. It's not my taste, but I do see it in a lot of higher end houses, but it just looks cheesy, cold, boring. I'm gonna head over to where the accent pieces are. I typically like to do that with a shower pan because it's a small area. So if you're gonna spend $15 on a square foot, at least it's only like 30 square feet, so it's not that big of a deal. Or I like to use that in a soap box. I kind of like have gone away from that because I've seen that more and more be wrong, and people do it the wrong way, so then it's like kind of turned me off from it. This bathroom, it's got the shower pan, and then it's got like a mosaic that will go across the tub. I'm gonna have something that's really cool, really unique, that'll pop and stand out and make this bathroom where there's the basic floor, you're gonna have like a really nice shower pan. So these are the mosaics. You know, we're doing gray tile on the floor, so I want to have something that pulls gray out. Like something like this would pull gray. This is like marble, and we've already done this ceramic. So it's kind of like those two, you can't use like real and like not real together. It doesn't really work that well. But I've noticed that there's a lot of blues. Like blue is like gonna be the next color, just heads up. Like blue's coming in whether you like it or not, blues and greens. So I'm looking at this white tile right now because this is like, it's a little too bright, I think, but it is $269. It's funny because if you look at this tile and this tile, one is glossy, one is not, and obviously this one looks much better to me. I don't know what it is. I really don't like glossy tiles. What do you think? You think it looks good? I don't. But let's try and see if this works with the tile that we already chose for the floors. This would be the shower wall. So this is an older community that I'm designing for. Things that you have to make and pay attention to. Obviously you want it to be matte because you don't want people slipping, but you also want to make sure that there's grout lines because people don't want to slip on the tile, and especially if they're older. Like just what this material is made out of, it's really not supposed to be walked on. It's more like a wall tile. But like you want to have like this as a shower pan, which is like where you're stepping on in a shower, because you don't want to slip, you don't want to fall. You know, there's a lot of grout lines, so that way you get a good grip. Let's do a breakdown in cost. Okay, so this is probably the most expensive thing, which is $20 a square foot. This is probably only 30 square feet, so it's not gonna be that much. These are $1.29 per each one. I don't know what that square footage would be, but I'm not gonna be using a ton of this because it's only gonna go on the wall where the tub is. So I might not only need like 20 square feet for this. The most cost savings are the areas where I need the most of it. And this is for the shower wall. It's $269 a square foot. It's very simple, very plain. It's just gonna be laid all across and all the way up. And make sure if you are installing a shower that you go all the way up to the wall, or go up to like at least like 9 feet, because it just looks funny if you don't. And then this right here is my flooring, which is probably the most square footage, and it's only $1.79. So whoop whoop, all together, maybe it's like $1,600 for materials in this bathroom. That's pretty good. As you can see, I've done a lot of renovations. I've done over 100. So what I can give and what advice I'd say is that materials don't have to cost a lot in order to make a big impact. You can definitely you gotta be creative. If you need help, there's people like Classy AF Interiors, which is my staging and interior design company. But I can't wait to show you guys the final product. So like, follow, subscribe, and make sure that you see the final product, because I can guarantee you're gonna be obsessed.